in modern day human resources has also evolved from the days of personnel management to operational HR, transactional HR, and then we're doing more strategic human resources today. We would rather focus on behavior than skills. And behaviors can't be taught per se, it's tough. Skills can easily be taught. So I want to hire someone with the right attitude. Now, interviews are not the best way, but they are the best known way of telling people who will do well on your job. And so we asked today the kind of questions we asked today is what is known as behavioral interviews, where we are measuring your behavioral competencies. So when I ask a question about, can I meet you? I just want you to tell me a little about yourself. I may be assessing your communication skills, how well you can articulate yourself, how you can gather your thoughts together, how you can sequence things in proper order. My name is, this is I graduated with this course, this has been my experience over the years. This is some of the things that I have done. A little about me from the family side. I'm married, I've got a child, I've got 2 children, I stay in this part of town, and this is something I want to do. But if there are areas you want me to hone in on, I'll be happy to share more. You just summarize everything. First, your academic qualification, professional qualification, a brief summary of your years of experience, and maybe some of the things you have achieved. You then go back to see on the personal side, this is me, my family, a little about my hobbies, and if there are any areas of me you like to know more, I can share more. So all we just want to know is the behaviors you demonstrate during various circumstances in life. And then we can then tell on the job, you will also demonstrate such behaviors, such mindset. So I can remember asking a question to a candidate. Tell me about a time when you solved a difficult problem before. What was the problem? Why was it difficult? And how did you solve it if you were able to solve it? But if you were not able to solve it, what lessons did you learn? I didn't ask all the questions in quick successions because I wanted answers before I did the follow-up questions. But for the sake of our conversation, I had to state it all. And she looked up, looked down, looked me straight in the eye and said, "Do you mean spiritual?" And I'm like, what? I had to look at me. Do I have the sign of the cross anywhere in this office?
Wow.
But other candidates shared, challenges in their lives, at home, in their first place of work, in school, what those problems were, how they went out of their way to gather information regarding how to solve that problem, how they process that information, how they also leverage on mentors and, coaches, and then they arrived at their own decision. And then though it was successful, but they also still learned that they could have even made it a better success by doing ABC. So those were the things we're looking out for. It's not so much as to the storyline, but as to those behavioral competencies and how they were demonstrated in the course of doing those things. So it may be a work-related problem you want to share, for instance. Oh, I just took on a new job and I was the finance manager and they were going to have the AGM meeting in about 2 weeks and I was asked to be able to get the books of accounts ready. Here I am just 2 weeks on the job. I have 2 weeks, I'm 1 day on the job. I don't even know where the information is. And then these were some of the things I had to do. So how did you solve that problem? How did you reach out to some of your colleagues to get the previous year's books of account, the various details of books of account, the various components, who you were able to reach out to, how you were able to put them together quickly, get them reviewed by some of your superiors. And it is those doings that they want to see and know. In the course of you explaining it, you would also mention some of your competencies and skills, technical competencies and skills, because of course, in the preparation of the book of accounts, there are some things you must know. So they can pick those things from there. But typically, what they're looking for are those behavioral sides to things. And that made significant difference in everything.
Wow, that's interesting. And one good thing that I've learned from this is also you could tell stories of things that happen outside your job, not necessarily on the job.
Absolutely. Things that happened in the past, basically, and then you just relate them as storylines. These things happened, and this is what I was able to do in those situations. Pretty much that.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that.